Bueno, familia, vamos a por ello. Hoy tenemos un vídeo bastante especial, ¿vale? Para mí es totalmente especial. Hoy vais a tener un día conmigo, ¿vale? Un día con Miñaut, en el que vamos a coger de Miami y vamos a ir para Orlando, que es la otra punta de Florida. Aquí voy a ir yo a Orlando. Estuve en Orlando, de hecho, hace 4 meses, casi que cuando llegué. Voy a ir a una cosita muy especial y simplemente es que lo quiero documentar para que todos también absorbáis todo este valor, ¿no? Que hoy voy a yo meter a mi vida, a mi mente. ¿Qué es lo que voy a hacer hoy? ¿Qué es lo que toca? Hoy toca ir a ver a LLADOS, ¿vale? Tiene un evento ahí en Orlando y no me lo puedo perder ni de coña. Ya que estoy aquí en Miami, Florida, a mí me emociona. Es que no he podido ni siquiera ni dormir casi, ¿no? Estaba ya pensando en eso, tío, es como, qué locura, tío. Es que nada, toca ir a un evento. Va a tener un evento hoy, va a tener un evento en mi cumpleaños, el 12 de julio, mi cumpleaños es el 16, aquí en Miami también. De aquí Orlando está a 3 horas en coche aproximadamente. Y va a tener uno hoy, 12 de julio, y luego va a tener otro evento en septiembre, así que pilas, ¿vale? Porque realmente esto me importa mucho a mí, ¿no? Porque es mi mentor, es mi referencia en la vida, LLADOS, ¿vale? 100%, es mi ejemplo a seguir y me emociona mucho, porque después de tantos años me ha cambiado la vida por completo y a mí el poder verle, escucharle, es increíble, tío, te lo juro. Así que va a dar una buena charla hoy y quiero que la veáis todos, ¿vale? Porque es de egoístas, ¿no? También, es decir, iba a ir y tal, escucharle, pero he dicho, tengo que hacer un vídeo para vosotros, ¿vale? Así que nada, voy a coger y de hecho voy a ir con un amigo, ¿vale? Y nada, toca disfrutar. Y he preparado hasta la comida para no perder el tiempo ahí, ¿sabes? Porque luego si ahí tengo que ir a comer o todo eso, no, muy mal. Así que comida preparada y vamos a tomar acción, ¿vale? Let's go. Vamos a darle caña. Así que vamos a por el viaje, chicos. Bueno, family, ahora ya tomamos asiento, ya estamos aquí en el aeropuerto y ahora ya toca esperar. Siempre hay que hacer una cosa, ¿no? Siempre que tienes que quedar con una persona o siempre que tienes que ir a un evento o a algún lado, tienes que llegar siempre antes, ¿vale? Empieza a las 8 el evento y ya estamos aquí, ¿vale? Y me he traído al chamo este de paseo también, para que se venís al evento, ¿sabes? Pero sí, siempre hay que estar de antes y nada, estoy emocionado, ¿sabes? Realmente por ver a LLADOS, ¿no? Los demás también van a ser, obviamente, gran inspiración, pero ver a LLADOS, escuchar a LLADOS me emociona, ¿sabes? Literal. Y nada, o sea, hacía bastante también que no salía de Miami, ¿no? Estaba ahí metido y me emociona. Vine ahorrando aquí hace, no sé si 4 meses o tal, ¿no? Pero me emociona moverme, me emociona... Bro, es que es una pasada, tío. Siempre tienes que volver a experimentar cosas que te hagan sentir como esas sensaciones de cosas nuevas y todo eso, ¿no? Te acostumbras a todo, al final, ¿sabes? Y está muy bien, chicos. Siempre que podáis ir a un evento, tío, ir. No un evento de fiestas como iba yo siempre, ¿no? Porque yo lo que hacía antes, que era siempre ir a festivales, a escuchar a la Anuel, a escuchar a no sé quién, ¿me explicó? A escuchar música. Como un gilipollas ahí drogado, ¿sabes? Beber, drogarme, nada más. Estar ahí horas escuchando eso. Ahora no. Ahora, ¿qué es lo que hago? Voy a un evento para poder aprender y aprender. Ahí está la clave. No destruirte la salud y la vida, sino que aprender. Yo realmente siempre lo digo, solo aprendo de una persona, que es ya. Ya está, ¿sabes? O sea, coger una referencia y ceñirte a esa referencia, aprender todo de él, ¿vale? Cómo piensa, cómo actúa, cómo se mueve, todo, para poder, no realmente para ser exactamente como él una réplica, sino como para coger esa referencia y para conseguir los resultados que él tiene, ¿vale? Si tú es pensamiento, palabra, acción, ¿vale? O ser, hacer, tener. Tú al final, si eres esa persona que es tu referente y haces lo que hace tu referente, vas a tener lo que tiene tu referente, ¿vale? Ser, hacer, tener. Entonces, cada uno siempre es como es. Muchos pensáis, guau, es que eres igual que LLADOS o tal, no. Yo actúo como LLADOS porque es un gran referente. ¿A quién voy a copiar en esta vida? ¿A quién? ¿Dónde está un referente que me haya dicho, yo quiero ser como él? Pues no ha habido ninguno realmente. Pero LLADOS sí ha sido esa persona. Yo quiero ser como él, hacer lo que hace él y tener lo que tiene él. Ya está, no hay más, y soy completamente honesto. Y si una persona dice que no lo quiere tener es porque tiene mucho ego. Yo no tengo ego, yo claro que quiero ser, hacer y tener lo que él es, hace y tiene, literal. Entonces pues toca aprender, y siempre que puedo ir a un evento, estamos aquí en Estados Unidos, en Florida, en Miami, ¿sabes? Pues no me lo puedo perder, ¿sabes? Bueno, esto es Orlando, ¿no? Pero es la otra punta de Florida. Así que nada, chicos, vamos a ver cómo va el evento. Pero reflexión muy importante, ¿vale? Tienes que ser, hacer y tener lo que tu referente es, hace y tiene, ¿vale? Para petar, no hay más. Pero todo empieza siempre con unos pensamientos, ¿vale? Si yo pienso como piensa mi referente, voy a hacer lo que hace mi referente. Y si pienso y soy y hago lo que hace mi referente, los resultados que tiene él son inevitables. No solo el dinero, sino todo, ¿vale? Absolutamente todo, ¿vale? Todo le va bien. Es que no hay ejemplos. Hay gente que, por ejemplo, aquí en Miami se ve que tiene mucha pasta y todo eso, pero se han olvidado de su físico, de su conexión con Dios, con todo. Les da absolutamente igual todo. Tienen vicios. No tiene sentido. Por eso mismo yo solo tengo ese referente. Y es que es mirar a la izquierda, a la derecha, y ya es que todos van de la mano del diablo, ¿vale? Literal, absolutamente todos. Ya puede tener mucha pasta que va de la mano del diablo. Tiene malos hábitos, no cuida su cuerpo, tal. No tiene sentido. Entonces siempre tienes que coger ese referente que tiene todo lo que tú quieres tener, ¿vale? En todas las áreas. Salud, relaciones y economía. Y ya está. Y síguelo al 100%. Chicos, y quiero ahora mismo reflexionar sobre la locura que ha sido mi cambio, y quiero dar gracias a LLADOS, aunque él no vea este vídeo, ¿sabes? Darle las gracias, porque es una locura. A ver, realmente yo ahora entiendo perfectamente lo que es el diablo, ¿vale? El diablo no es nada externo, ¿ok? El diablo está dentro de tu mente. El diablo son pensamientos negativos, ¿vale? Ahí, naturalmente, limpia la cámara. El diablo son pensamientos negativos que residen en tu mente, emociones negativas, ¿vale? Adicciones, malos hábitos. Todo lo negativo es el diablo, ¿vale? Está dentro de tu mente. Y yo caminaba con el diablo, ¿vale? ¿A qué me refiero con esto? Quiero dejar aquí unos vídeos, ¿no? Realmente de quién era yo, y unas fotos para que veáis quién era yo, ¿sabes? Porque es una pasada, es una pasada. Y mira, aquí os dejo. Mirad, para que veáis, ¿vale? Cómo ha cambiado mi vida totalmente, ¿vale? Ahora soy otra persona completamente distinta. Ahí me ves borracho, drogado, perdido en la vida, sin un propósito, con un cuerpo asqueroso, ¿vale? Siempre tenía pensamientos negativos, no tenía autocontrol, no tenía confianza, tenía la autoestima muy baja, bro. O sea, mi vida estaba muy mal. A los ojos de cualquier persona que va de la mano del diablo, estaba yo bien, ¿vale? Pero no estaba bien. Vendía drogas, fumaba tabaco, fumaba porros, bebía alcohol, salía muchísimo de fiesta, me drogaba, vendía cristal, robaba plantas de marihuana, tenía una obsesión muy grande con el dinero, ¿vale? No tenía un propósito en la vida, no cuidaba mi cuerpo, me alimentaba fatal, bro, estaba fatal. Pero es que lo digo siempre, esto a ojos del mundo, tú estás bien, pero no estás bien, porque vas de la mano del diablo, totalmente. Y ahora, soy una persona completamente distinta, pero completamente distinta. No es porque viva ahora en Estados Unidos, en Miami, no, es que no es eso. Es que mi vida ha cambiado por completo. Ya no voy de la mano del diablo, ya no fumo tabaco, no fumo porro, no salgo de fiesta. Tengo un cuerpazo, tengo confianza, tengo una marca personal, no tengo miedo de absolutamente nada, no tengo adicciones, no como comida basura, no me meto a atracones. Bro, totalmente ha cambiado mi vida. Y vivo en Miami, en Estados Unidos, que era mi sueño. O sea, muchos... Sé que no lo veis, pero ya ahora lo veo y lo aclaro, ¿sabes? Es una pasada el cambio que he pegado, tío. Estoy realmente como muy agradecido, ¿no? Y quiero hacer este vídeo porque todo realmente ha sido gracias a tener un referente, a acercarme a ese referente, dejar que me guíe ese referente en todo. Y yo ciegamente he seguido sus pasos y mira dónde ha acabado. ¿Dónde ha acabado? Pero yo si tuviera ego y diva, es que no tengo nada que aprender de LLADOS, ¿vale? No tengo nada que aprender. Yo puedo por mi propia cuenta. Hubiera seguido en la misma posición. ¿Cuántas personas hay que estaban conmigo siempre y tal, en la misma posición todavía? Muchísimas. Y no van a cambiar nunca jamás. ¿Por qué? Porque no se dejan guiar. Es que una persona que tiene los resultados que tú quieres tener, ¿vale? Ya sea dejar una adicción, cambiar su físico, cambiar tu mentalidad, disciplinarte, amarte, respetarte, no tener adicciones, ir de la mano de Dios, ¿vale? sí, tiene el resultado que tú quieres tener y no te dejas guiar. Eso es puto ego, ¿vale? Y yo, ¿qué es lo que hago aquí en evento? Vengo a un evento y sigo aprendiendo, sigo invirtiendo en mí. ¿Por qué? Porque sé perfectamente lo que me hace crecer, que es esto, seguir acercándome a esa persona que tiene lo que yo quiero tener. No, mejor dicho, como he dicho antes, me sigo acercando a esa persona que es, hace y tiene lo que yo quiero ser, hacer y tener. Ahí está, ¿vale? La origen de la creación es ser, hacer, tener. Entonces, no hay más. Es que es muy sencillo. Muchos me preguntan, Tiñaut, ¿cómo has cambiado tu vida tanto? Ahí está. Yo es que no soy un hipócrita ni me invento nada y tal. No, 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 no. Todo lo que he conseguido, ¿vale? Le doy la gloria a Dios, obviamente, pero le doy la gloria a dos también. Por ser un referente y nunca abandonar, ¿vale? He seguido su ejemplo en todos los áreas. Y he cambiado tanto mi vida, es una puta pasada, ¿sabes? Así que ahora por agradecimiento tengo que estar aquí, tengo que estar en el siguiente evento, tengo que estar en absolutamente todo y seguir sus pasos de nadie más. Yo no sigo los pasos de absolutamente nadie, sigo los pasos de dos, ¿vale? Pero con mi identidad, porque yo soy Iñigo Seizar Bengochea, he nacido en Astigarraga, soy yo de pies a la cabeza, no soy exactamente igual que nadie, ¿vale? Pero sigo los pasos de X porque yo también quiero llegar ahí y... Bro, todo se puede, ¿vale? Quiero daros fe de que todo se puede, pero en este vídeo realmente os voy a enseñar un poco el evento, cómo va a ser todo y tal. Va a ser bastante largo, os quiero mucho y os lo quiero compartir, ¿vale? Porque aunque no estéis vosotros aquí, estéis en España seguramente, quiero compartirlo, bueno, en Estados Unidos también, ¿no? Quiero compartir con vosotros este evento porque mi deber es servir, mi deber es compartir. Entonces, lo que veo yo por mis ojos y lo que escucho, lo que me aporta valor, también os lo daré a vosotros, ¿no? Y aquí quería dejar un poco el ejemplo que... cómo ha cambiado mi vida por completo. No tiene ni siquiera ni sentido. Todo se puede, ¿sabes? Yo no soy esa persona que ha ido a la universidad, no ha tenido adicciones, siempre ha hecho deporte, tal, todo lo contrario, ¿vale? Yo iba de la mano del diablo, era el mejor trabajador del puto diablo, en serio, el mejor, el mejor. Y ahí se ve, ¿no? En las fotos y en los vídeos que he compartido, ¿ok? Así que nada, seguimos, ahora vamos a hacer el check-in y vamos con todo. Let's go. Bueno, chicos, vamos a darle un poco de caña, os voy a enseñar aquí un poco cómo va a ir todo. Ahí está el speaker más importante, ¿dónde está? Let's go, ahí lo tenemos. Luego también es que de aquí realmente conocer al Leo, también le conozco que es alumno de LLADOS también, pero venimos a por el más top. ¿Quién es aquí el más top? Este. Y ahora os voy a enseñar un poco, ¿no? Porque aquí es entrar y el diablo ya me está atacando con carbos, ¿sabes? Os voy a enseñar un poco. Puro ataque, señores. Que hay ataque del diablo aquí ya según entras, ¿no? ¿O qué? ¿O qué? ¿Vamos a por los carbos o qué? Están ansiosos por los carbos, ¿o qué? Let's go. Pero sí, chicos, este es el evento, el avanza y estos son los speakers que van a ir a hablar. Así que vamos a empezar. Estos ya están ansiosos. ¿Qué vamos a pillar, chicos?
Frutas, de seguro frutas y verduras. Por el desayuno.
A ver, ¿qué pillaréis aquí, chicos? Siempre os digo, conciencia con la comida. Que hay piña, fresas, carbos. Con esto mucho cuidado. Eso, no sé qué es de muestra y también. Esto sí podéis meter todo lo que queráis ilimitado. Huevos, bacon, aquí empieza lo bueno, ¿eh? Bacon, papas, siempre con cabeza y siempre con conciencia. Así que a escoger. Igual si vamos a enviar unos huevos, ¿eh? Esto sí se puede meter, Dan.
Oye, pero la gente dice que el huevo hace mal por el colesterol, ¿no?
Sí, los cojones. Sí, la gente eso dice, cuidado con los huevos, Dan, que eso engorda mucho. ¿Qué va? Para nada, eso puedes meter sin límites. A ver, Manuel, ahora con sus aprendizajes y su sabiduría sobre los macros, a ver qué nos hace, ¿eh?
Vamos a ver si pasó el estudiante.
A ver, pasó. Sí, ha pasado. Sí. Ahora me toca a mí también. Bueno, chicos, vamos a por el... Bueno, lo que vamos vamos a hacer es ahora pegar un desayuno aquí antes del evento y siempre una cosa, con conciencia, no te dejes llevar por tus emociones porque cuando ves mucha comida aquí, ¿qué es lo que hacen? Enséñales. Ves muchísima comida, ves carbohidratos, ves todo y te puedes dejar llevar por tus emociones y no tienes que hacer eso. Yo me levanto a las 3 de la mañana pero no me dejo llevar por mis emociones, me siento mal, quiero sentirme bien a través de la comida, lo hago con conciencia. Entonces miro aquí primero, observo, ¿qué puedo coger? Aquí tenemos carbos y todos son carbos, pero puedo coger carbos buenos, que es piña, fresitas, plátano y todo eso, ¿no? Pero os voy a enseñar cómo voy a desayunar yo conscientemente y siempre objetivo en mi cuerpo, sentirme bien y tener esa energía y vitalidad que quiero tener, porque si ahora cojo esto, cojo magdalena hasta puedo estar así en el evento y no quiero tener energía y hacerlo bien. Entonces, este plato, a ver, ven más por aquí. Vamos a coger un poco de piña. Un poco de fresas. Y ahora, esto me lo salto. ¿Sabes lo que te digo? Los carbos nos los saltamos. Y ahora vamos a por lo mejor, que es pillar siempre huevos. Esto es como en los hoteles, siempre está lleno de carbohidratos, que es lo más barato y lo que no vale para absolutamente nada. Entonces lo que tienes que hacer es siempre para hacer un desayuno, la realidad que olvídate de los carbos mejor, ¿no? Y pilla lo que puedas, lo mejor. Y ahora, los huevos, nos enfocamos en eso, los huevitos, vamos a por ello. El bacon también realmente sí, pero no hay que coger que estamos en definición. Ven. Esto es la madre tierra, ¿sabes? Y una vez que ya sabes comer, puedes saber escoger cuántos son 4 huevos, 5 huevos, ¿no? Pero ojo, hay que tener conciencia con esto, porque esto realmente no es únicamente huevos, porque esto tiene mantequilla, no sé qué tendrá, pero se pasará también. Con esto cuidado y enseñarles un poco más aquí. Un poco de papa, queso, bacon. Vamos a tirar un poco al bacon. Listo, y ahí tenemos. Vamos allá ahora. Chicos, este es un buen desayuno, mira. Ven, quiero que les enseñes. Aquí tenemos unos 5 huevos aproximadamente, piña, fresas y 4 tiras de bacon. ¿Cuánto tendrá esto? Aproximadamente yo soy consciente de que tendrá 600 o 700 calorías, únicamente proteína, grasas y un poquito de carbohidratos. Siempre con cabeza, porque quiero tener energía, no es únicamente por el físico, sino no me quiero sentir ahora adormecido. Esto, más un café, desayuno perfecto, pero siempre no te dejes llevar por tus emociones. Yo soy español y en España hay una mentalidad de hostia, buffet gratis, pues vamos a zamparnos todo, ¿sabes? Literal, entonces siempre ten cabeza y no te dejes llevar. Esa mentalidad de escasez de si es gratis, coge todo lo que quieras, no lo tienes que hacer, porque ¿qué vas a hacer? Estar mal, sin energía, tu físico se va peor, te vas a poner gordo, no, con cabeza siempre, ¿vale? No te dejes llevar. Si es gratis, pues coge lo que puedes coger, lo mejor y ya está, no hay más. Let's go.
And about making things happen. It's not about how much money you have. It's about really just making things happen. And I met him at one event, then I went to one of his podcasts, and when I was there, my life started changing the day that I started like listening more to his stuff. The stuff that he's doing, the amazing, epic stuff that he's done. And he's also pretty young, he's on his 30s, and he's accomplished a lot of things. He's big on social media, big on YouTube, big on every single platform. He's amazing. I'm excited to announce the next speaker. Let's play the video right now for who's coming. And by the way, as that video is gonna play, I want everybody in your feet right now. We're gonna welcome Yao the best possible way. Everybody in your feet, let's go. Pull up your camera, pull up your phone. Let's bring everybody up.
We need.
Ready to change your life, ready to get to the best state of mind. What up?
Let's go. How about some?
Push up, let's get it. Come on, come on.
Okay, let's count it.
Let's go, let's go.
Let's go.
Come on. Come on.
Let's get some music. Okay. Okay. Ay, ay, ay. Thank you, brother. Hey, you know what's funny? We're in the back and we're doing push-ups. And then I didn't notice, but this thing ripped.
Oh, yeah. That's good, you're making some gains.
Yeah, it's good, it's good. Okay, La Máquina is in the house, brother. Okay, take a seat. Guys, man, so many questions. People have so many questions to ask.
So many questions all the time. We'll do the best we can.
Okay, people were really, first of all, people are impressed with the success that you've had. What happened to the lights? People were telling me, like, one of the speakers that they were so, excited to see and asking questions was you. I mean, everybody, every single speaker that we've had has an amazing success. For the lights. But some people were asking me some great questions that I want to ask you right now. And as a matter of fact, I keep getting questions. If you guys want to see, hey guys, let's get the lights on, please. If you guys want to see the...
So for all lights, we're still rolling, doesn't matter.
What was that?
Doesn't matter, we don't need lights.
We are the light. There you go.
We're the light.
Okay, so someone asked me, hey man, you gotta ask LLADOS, what makes LLADOS LLADOS? What is the thing that makes you different, bro? There is, I've been next to so many people, in front of so many people. When I spoke with you, I literally felt like what you just said, that light. Like you were that light, brother. What makes you, you?
God.
Love it, man.
Imagine having a Ferrari that's capable of going 200 miles per hour, it's just limited to 40, and you never know.
That's true.
You have the potential there, but it's just really for you to unlock it. That's why I teach. I teach people to understand why the hell they're here, in the world. You guys are not here to make money or buy houses or fuck chicks, Yeah, so I do that.
Yeah.
And I did all that shit. I fucked every chick, I bought everything, and I did everything. And guess what? I still was fucking it.
That's the whole reason why you recently, I mean, I've been seeing your social media and everything, and you decided just to focus on one woman only, right?
Yeah, I mean, I started reading the Bible,
Some people elaborate like, yeah, I mean, go see his stuff.
Fix that mic, fix the mic.
Please.
It don't sound good. My man right here.
Yes?
The one banging the chicks, him right over there. Fix it.
Oh, they didn't hear that.
You guys hear me now? Yeah, the chick part. Don't lie to me.
You sound like you're talking through a styrofoam cup.
So, okay, you good there?
Yeah, it's good.
You gotta get better
So, when I started reading the Bible, the part where it's speaking about focusing on one woman, I kind of skipped it, It's like,
This is not for
I'll
me
get
to
this
next
for another day. That's one of the things I always tell people, like, people think that life is going to be easier when you make more money, but it only gets harder, because temptations get even bigger, like, you guys, every time you get a higher position in life, business-wise, your body gets better, you live in a better house, better area, you just have bigger temptations, So the thing is that life gets more complicated. Life gets more complicated, not easier. So that's why we need to prepare ourselves. That's why every day I wake up, and for me it's like if I go to a battle, like I'm in a battle. Like people just wake up and just don't do shit,
Hey guys, the light's fine, guys. Let's just leave it like that, please.
People wake up like, and they just feel like, it doesn't matter, this fucking thing that I go, I don't care.
Just take it off. Just continue, man.
Yeah, it's better to leave it off and on and off, but the thing is that I wake up every day and I'm ready for battle, like spiritual battle, not like physical battle, not like beating someone up, not like making money, like I'm ready for like spiritual battle, which is the only battle that exists. You guys want to do stuff, and you don't do it. Like, why the hell you guys don't go to the gym every day if you're not in shape? Like, raise your hand here who has abs. Okay, everyone should raise their fucking hand. You know? And everyone knows what they gotta do. They gotta stop eating that shit that they eat, and they gotta stop taking the ass to the fucking gym. But they don't do it. You know, so, you know, you guys go to events and keep going to events and buy seminars and courses, and you don't understand that they're telling you what to do and you don't do it. Because you don't have the power. Because you don't have the power, because you're weak. Who has the power? Jesus. Amen. Amen. People don't surrender. They just think they know everything. They got such a big ego, you know? So I don't need help. I got a belly and I'm fat and I don't make money, but I need help. Oh, you need help. Yeah. You know, not only from people around you, but you need help from Jesus. So when you surrender yourself to God and Jesus, like then the power that's going to actually make you go to the gym, make you wake up early, make you, you know, discipline yourself, and make you achieve everything that you guys want to achieve, you're going to get that power. You know, that power keeps coming step by step as you surrender, as you drop stuff, you know, as you make sacrifices. You know, like you guys gotta like make those sacrifices. Like all of you guys are doing stuff that you know you should not be doing. You guys are married and you're texting that chick. You should not be doing that shit. You guys are fat and you're not going to the gym. You should not be doing that stuff. You know, you guys don't have the knowledge to do something and you're not reading, you're not investing in yourself. You should be doing that stuff. You guys should not be buying that new car when you don't have the cash flow that is able to support that new car. You know, it's like, oh, maybe I'll save for 3 years and I'll spend all my savings on a new car. That's a great idea. That's fucking stupid. You know, like, you know, all the cars that I have is worth less than 10% of my cash flow. You know, and I have a $4 million Pagani in my garage, one of the cars.
That's the type of speakers that we bring to Avanza Conference. We gotta be inspired, guys. We have to get inspired, not just from the money side, but the first thing he said before that, let's hear everything. The first thing he said before money was God. That's what Avanza is all about, guys. Yeah, challenges will happen, you know, things like the lights are going to happen, but we cannot lose distraction.
Yeah, I'm not paying attention to lights. You guys are paying attention to lights, you're fucking useless. You know, like, you get yourself distracted by a stupid light. Like, I don't need a light. I am the fucking light. I don't need anything. I don't need anything. I wake up and it's raining, I still do my fucking cardio. You know, like, you think the rain is gonna stop me? Oh, there's gonna be how do you call it, a hurricane. You guys, I'm staying in my house. If I'm dying, I'm dying. Who cares? Like, I'm just not doing that stuff. You know, like, you guys are so scared to everything. Your death day, second, minute, and time is already written. So why are you worried about something that's going to happen? You can't change that stuff. So I'm just doing my best at what I have to do. Just focus on what you have in front of you, and focusing just, you know, and stop doing those things. You know, you guys are sinning, and you guys are doing things that you should not be doing. So when you stop doing those things, you know, there's going to be miracles happening. They're like, oh damn, like that job opportunity came up. Oh, that deal came up. Oh, that house sold itself. Oh, I got this contract. Oh, I got this client. And everything is from internal alignment. You know, people think that everything is external. You know, I wanna get a body. I wanna get a house. I wanna get this business. So I for sure need to do something external, right? If I wanna buy this watch, I gotta do something external. If I want to get this body, I gotta do something external. If I want to build this business, I gotta do something external. That's not true. That's wrong. Because everything that you see is not real. Everything that you see is not real. Everything that's real is what you don't see. Everything that you see is a consequence of what you didn't see. And I'm focusing on what you guys don't see. Because I understand that if I want to build something that doesn't exist, I gotta focus in this around my thoughts. That is what's going to actually attract that thing that is not existing right now. If people are just going the other way around. The world got you yourself on the other side. You know, you were a kid and you were built perfect by God. You know, a kid is the perfect creation of God. Right. You know, a kid is not afraid of a snake. A kid is not afraid of jumping from a cliff. Kid is not afraid from saying, hey, mom, why that person is fat? I mean, that's true, right? Why is she fat? The kid is just asking a simple fucking question, right? Why can't you answer the kid? Well, she's fat because she eats too much, she's lazy, she doesn't go to the gym, and she's a disgrace.
Yeah.
That's the correct answer.
Right.
But the reality that you guys don't have anyone that fucking loves you, and they don't tell you the truth.
That's true.
But I love you guys. You guys have two simple fucking missions in life and you ain't doing any of those two. First, you gotta love God, and second, you gotta love everyone else. That's the only two things that you guys gotta do. So if you guys are doing something wrong and people in your surroundings are not telling you, guess what? You don't have anyone that loves you. Because they don't tell you the truth. Truth hurts.
That's absolutely true, brother. And honestly, thank you for saying that, because every single person that came here, I know that we put this together, and the people who came here came because they want to get their lives better. But we have to listen to the truth, right? And sometimes we don't want to listen to the truth. We just want to listen like, oh no, you're good. You're not chubby. You're not fat. You're just you're looking good. You're just not as skinny. But no. We have to, and it's not just on the body, right? It's also on every single thing. On every single thing. That's how I see it. Now let me ask you a question, Gallo. So that's you right now. You're 33, right?
I'm what?
33 years old?
33, yeah.
33. So that's you, 33. When did that shift for you? Like, when did that happen? Was that like since you remember, or there was like a moment where you were like,
I remember I was in school, and I was sitting in the bench, and at school I was the less popular kid in school. I'm from Spain, so you gotta play football to be cool,
Oh, there's someone from Spain. Where's my Spain people right here? Oh, let's go!
Finally, you're almost So, I didn't play soccer well. I was, I couldn't catch a girl even with a shotgun, I didn't do anything right. I just liked motorcycles, and I raced motorcycles when I was a kid. So I was sitting in the bench in school, and I was looking, and I was like, this is, I remember perfectly, I'm like, this is not real. This is definitely not life. So I was like, I'm going to do something big. I knew when I was in school. I mean, you all guys know. You guys know. You guys have that voice inside you that's like pushing you to follow that massive purpose. And you guys just don't follow it. But I knew it, and I'm going to do something big. And at that time, I was not thinking of money. I was thinking something big. Like, my existence is going to fucking matter. These guys are useless. I'm going to do something that's going to actually matter. And I used this, I was in school. I didn't feel identified with nothing in school, with nothing in university, with no one. I never felt that I fitted. And because I was the son of God since I was a kid. So when you're the son of God, you don't fit with the sons of the devil. Because they're just different. It's different, bro. I'm not here to make you guys feel good. I'm not here to please you guys. I'm not here to please anyone. I'm here to please God. And when you want to please God, you're going to piss the fuck off the people, right? You're going to piss off the world. But it's who do you want to please? People usually want to please themselves. That's why you eat shit, you buy stuff, to fulfill your own desires, and you're always thinking in yourselves. Like, how many of you guys have been businesses? Raise your hand. A lot of people, okay? And just you get a respect, like, am I chasing the sales? Or am I attracting them? I make millions of dollars. I don't do a single fucking sales call.
That's something that I was going to ask you, brother.
I focus on giving. And I change people's lives before they pay me anything. And then they come to me grateful, and then they join my university if they want to go to another level. But I don't do sales calls. I focus in giving, because God says that you're going to use your gift, your spiritual gift. All you guys have a gift, at least one. Well, at least one. And you got to use that gift to serve other people. The Bible says that. It doesn't say use that gift to close sales. It doesn't say use that gift to make money. It says use that gift to serve other people. So that's what I did for many years. And that's why I became a millionaire.
I was going to say, brother, so something that I noticed on Yalos when I went to his podcast is He's making about $1 million every single month with his business, right? And I was surprised when I asked about your operations or your, like, I imagine it was like 50 people working behind every single thing, right? And I think you told me it was you, your dad, and your assistant.
My dad, my assistant.
I'm like, bro, how in the world you're doing this? But I can think, or I can see that you don't think as just a business person. You think of servicing, you think of giving value. And that's probably what a lot of us business owners were missing, is the fact that we want to systemize it, we want to have everything like so down to like these processes and all these stuff, but we forget the main thing on a business, which is offering a service, offering something that is valuable, right? So for you, when do you decide to start building this massive coaching business, right? And just keeping it, still family oriented and just, very small for people, but still producing about $1 million a month.
The thing is that I never had this plan, like if you guys surrender and you just focus in giving it yourself, God will just build the business for you. Like I never saw myself as an online coach. I just transformed my body, just so you guys maybe don't know me, and then I helped this guy, in 2015 I had 33 cents in my bank account. The best month I've done $1.2 million, and that's cash flow, motherfucker. It's not.
That's what we're all looking at. And then
yeah, I usually walk 3 supercars in a day, and when you make that money, you can fucking see you make that money. Because a lot of people make a lot of money and they speak from a bed. Like that's not real. If you make a lot of money, you're gonna see this lifestyle. So I went from that point to that point, and everything was because I was following my passion. Like, since I was 13 years old till I was 20, I followed money, chased money, did up to like 50 different jobs, and I did many businesses. I did all kinds of businesses, and nothing really worked. So I got tired, and then I started in the gym, and that changed my life. So I was like, I'm fed up with this. I'm just gonna do what I like. I just want to make a living of the gym, and that's it. And I was 20 when I was 20 years old, and that was the path that took me. When I was 20, basically, I dropped everything. I'm 33 right now. 13 years ago, okay, I dropped everything. When I say I dropped everything, I'm saying like I dropped university. So I was in 4th year of university my last year. I was doing journalism, so my 4th year, my parents did a big effort to pay, so I dropped out. Without asking my parents, I don't ask anyone. I just decided I'm gonna drop out. I'm gonna drop my girlfriend that I actually love. So I'm gonna drop my girlfriend also, because this is not going anywhere. I'm gonna leave all my savings, I'm gonna get a one-way ticket to Australia, I'm gonna pay a student visa, and I'm gonna sell the car. I had like a car that was like $5,000 or $6,000. So literally, I dropped everything. I dropped drugs, I dropped my friends, I dropped my family. I left everything and I went to Australia. And if you see in the Bible, there's a verse that's Lucas. It's Luke. I think it's 14:33, 13:33, something like that. And it says, "There's no one that is a disciple of Jesus unless they've actually given away everything they are." So that's what I actually did. I gave up everything. So I give up everything that you guys don't want to give up drugs, you guys don't want to give up food, you guys don't want to give up your money, you guys don't want to give up the party, you guys don't want to give up that business, you guys don't want to give up that relationship, you guys don't want to give up your free time, so I gave up everything and I just started following my passion, and I didn't think how I was going to do it. I just went day by day. I did a very rigorous personal trainer in Australia. I ended up doing probably like 15K a month as a personal trainer, and I was fully booked. I didn't have no more time. So there was something telling me a year before that, 2 years before that, something was telling me you have to do videos. And I started doing videos on Instagram and YouTube like over 10 years ago. No one was doing that stuff. Like in 2014, YouTube was not a thing. Instagram was not a thing. I was filming myself and doing what I used to do. Filming yourself. It's so weird. And I was just, something was telling me inside me, you can do it. You can share the journey. So that thing is what built this massive, personal brand that actually then started to build up and started to give me money as an online trainer. People will ask me, like, can you train me? And I'm like, I mean, you live in the US, I mean, in Australia, how am I gonna train you right now? Just train me online. I'm like, online? So people ask me to do stuff. So always the opportunities have come to me. I didn't go to them, they came to me. You know, so I started as an online coach. That's what, you know, I became a millionaire like that. 2018 or 19, I bought my first Lambo car. And like a year, 2 years after that, people were just non-stop. How do you do this? Or how do you do this? Like, you gotta teach me how to be an online trainer. Like, I'm like, dude, I'll teach you how to get this shit. What do you mean teach you how to be an online trainer? Like, I mean, I didn't understand what I was saying.
Right.
I'm like, I was the first guy, Spanish speaking, that was making money as an online fitness coach. The first guy ever. There was non-Spanish speaking person making money online as a fitness trainer.
Wow.
Like, not like money, like normal money. I was in an Lamborghini. Like, it's not right, you know, I was just so ahead of everyone, you know. So everyone would ask me, like, they would not believe. They thought I was selling drugs or doing something, you know, like, they would not believe it. So, non-stop. And I was speaking with my dad, I'm like, it's like, nah, how are you gonna teach them how you make your money, you know?
Right.
And then it's still your business, right? Like, how are you gonna tell them? You know, like, doesn't make any sense. So at the start, I didn't do it, but I could not sleep, you know. I was like, I felt bad. I'm like, I gotta help these people. Like somebody was telling me that's not good. That's God. That's God telling you that's not good. You have to help people. Same thing happens to you guys. I'm sure if someone is asking you for help, or someone DMs you asking you something, and you actually don't help them, you actually make them more confused, so they buy from you. You know, that's fucked up. You know, and you're gonna end up in a pretty fucking dark place. So the thing is that I started helping people for free. Like I started a new channel, started helping people for free. And I have people sending me messages, I'm doing 2K, 5K a month. Just with my teach me for free. And that's how I started coaching coaches.
And this was what year again?
Huh?
What year?
This is 2020, this is 5 years ago.
Wow. A lot of things can happen in 5 years, guys.
Yeah, 5 years ago, I started teaching people how to become online coaches in fitness. I already became a millionaire in 2018, so I was 2 years after being a millionaire. And you know, this kept evolving to like, you know, like literally like, you know, I started getting people just, you know, they have other businesses, and like, then I started doing drugs. I dropped the drugs. I started helping people drop the drugs.
Wait, after you were a millionaire, you
Yeah.
went to drugs?
Of course, yeah, because I became a millionaire with drugs.
That makes sense.
I became a millionaire because I dropped drugs and stopped chasing girls and partying, so I focused.
Right.
And I became a millionaire. Well, first, God gave me my wife, so I attracted my wife. You know, then I became a millionaire with my wife. You know, and then, you know, temptations came. You know, I had everything that I wanted, so I automated my business. I put a team, you know, listening to the wrong people. So I got myself out of my business. This is what people want to do, right? They want to make the most money doing the less thing. Well, you're working for the devil. You don't know that shit. You know, but like, if you want to make money without working, that's the worst thing you can do. That's destroy yourself. And I'm telling you from experience. So I get a lot of time, free time. So when you get free time, what happens? You get bored.
Yep.
So when you get bored, what happens? You decide shit. You know, so you decide shit, what happens? You buy shit. You know? So, you know, I started, you know, going out again. I started, you know, going to a strip club, strippers, cocaine, alcohol, festivals, and, you know, my life. I thought I was, you know, living a great life, and step by step, I was just destroying myself.
Destroying yourself. You know, you said your first million, then your Lambo. Something happened with me, and this is a story that I haven't really told nobody. But when I bought my car, I was good, like financially and everything, but I never posted anything about success. Like for the longest, there's a book called The Millionaire Next Door, and I read that book. I don't know if you guys have read the book, but I read that book years and years ago, and I wanted to live that life. Like you're a millionaire, but nobody knows, right? Like you have money, but nobody knows. And so I was doing that, and then I had a coach. He was telling me about doing content and, you know, buying the car and doing it, using it for content, all these stuff. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. Bro, so I went from like nobody knew who I was kind of thing to then boom, this dude that I was, you know, I didn't even know he was doing what he was doing. Now he's got a Lambo. And bro, a lot of people were thinking like I'm Colombian, so they were thinking that I was on a Colombian thing. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, this guy must be on something weird. But the truth is that it was years and years of hard work when nobody else was seeing the work. It was just me. There wasn't social media. There wasn't me like, hey, I'm over here flipping a house, you know, or I'm over here just wholesaling a deal, or I'm over here just, you know, remodeling these bathrooms because I need to sell this home by next week. But it was more of a just put in the work. You know, just do it, and then eventually something's gonna
The
happen.
thing is that if you guys like here, you have like, you know, whatever, like a car, like a watch or business or success, and you hide it, it's because you're scared and you're selfish. Now that's the real reason. You're selfish because you don't want to share what you got. You there with other people, and you're also scared. You're soft, you're scared. Because you're scared like, oh my God, they're gonna come steal me. And some are gonna buy that watch because they're gonna steal it. Well, it doesn't make any sense. You know, like you're just scared and you don't want to show other people. Like, first of all, you probably got that in the first place because you saw someone have it. You know, that's, you know, the law of exposure. So you have to actually share everything with everyone to help them. And the thing that the Bible says, literally word by word, what I'm gonna say, and it's like God doesn't judge you or see you by externally. You know, He's not looking at what you're wearing, like you guys. Oh, you guys see a guy with a richer deal, and you now suddenly like have respect for him. You guys see someone in the street, and suddenly you don't have respect for him. Well, that's not how God operates. You know, God can actually see your heart and can actually see your intentions. You know, so that's the only thing that actually matters. Like, are you building a business, you know, with what intention? Are you doing videos on YouTube with what intention? Oh, I'm just doing videos because I want to like sell deals. No, I'm not doing videos because of that. I'm doing videos because I want to actually help people. You know, like, you know, this guy's full of shit, yeah, whatever. Like God will say, you know, don't worry. Give me 10 years. You will know if I was full of shit or not. You know, like, you know, just give it time. You will know who is full of shit and who is not full of shit. Because, you know, if your intentions are not good, you're never going to actually grow. You know, so everything that matters is how you do stuff. What's the real intention of yourself, you know, behind that action. You know, every action is based on two things. You know, everything you guys do or say is based on only two things. It's based either on love or on fear. So you guys, many of you guys are sitting here based in fear. And many of you guys are sitting here based in love. How can I understand if I'm in one spot or another spot? It's pretty simple. Are you grateful and because maybe he's helped you or I helped you, so you're sitting here just to give back? I'm grateful. I'm just coming here because I'm grateful and I don't expect anything to return over here. Or are you coming here because you expecting me to give something to make more money? You know, that's the difference. If you come in here because you're expecting something, you're operating from fear.
You know what? I have one of my mentors. He was telling me about a few months ago. Well, to start putting this conference was a lot of work, and it was very, very stressful to a lot of people, my team, myself, and everybody. And I think it was like 2.5 months. I was feeling really, really down. Like it was, you know, the things that you don't get to see on the social media, right? But I was going through a lot, you know, personally, emotionally, physically, everything. And I told one of my mentors, and the one thing he said is, shout out, I think it's actually over here, Dr. Ray. And he said, start by thanking God for everything that you have. Because I was literally I wasn't feeling too good that day. He said, start by being thankful, be grateful, be thankful, because you have a lot of blessings. But sometimes we just get into the blessing and we forget that it was a blessing. That we 5 years ago, or 2 years ago, or a year ago, we only wished to have that. And we never thought it was going to be possible, and now we have it. So with all of that, just start by, like Jallo said, start by being thankful, grateful, you know, thank the Lord for what you have and what you don't have too. Because sometimes God doesn't give you the things because He knows that if He gives it to you, you're probably going to be a lost cause. You're probably not going to be, you're not going to be fulfilling His purpose on you, and now you're going to be caught up on the car, on the house. Like, let's say about a Pagani, right? You just bought a Pagani. By the way, that was a beautiful car. Imagine Chados from 10 years ago gets a Pagani. Do you think it would have affected him?
No, it's not possible. It would destroy me. Like, as he was saying, like, you guys want the next level. You probably want that body, or you want that money, or you want that house, or you want that chick. There's something. You guys want something. There's a reason why you didn't have it. You know, you don't have it to destroy you. You know, Like, if you're a kid, maybe you have your father or mom, you will not give your kid something that's going to destroy it, right? No. You will wait until he's able to handle that stuff. You're not going to give a gun to a kid because he's going to fucking kill himself. But maybe you're going to give him when he's older to defend himself, right? So it's just about timing. It's about God's timing. It's not about your timing. And the thing, some people, get very caught up in speaking about God and all this stuff, be grateful and this, I know it's not the case, but I'm saying there's people that speak about this shit and they're just hypocrites. Like, oh, I'm so grateful, blah, 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 blah. Like, bro, you're fat. Like, you're not grateful. Like, you're a grateful motherfucker. Yeah, it's true. It's true. People want to say, oh, this guy is fucking. No, like, listen to this. Like, go to the Bible and read what is your body. It's the temple of your spirit. Okay? It's where you store the spirit that God gave you. So you trust in that shit. So you don't have anything to say. And the thing is that I'm not saying this because I hate black people. I love everyone. This is why I'm fucking saying this shit. Okay? This is why I'm saying this shit. Okay? I have so many crazy transformations of people that are overweight and now look crazy in my university. So many. And the thing is that, this message, spiritual message of God. And again, I'm not of any religion. I'm not of any religion. I don't follow any agenda. I have a relationship with Jesus and God. End of the fucking story. Like, I don't consider myself this, that, or that, or that. I don't have time to understand what they're trying to sell, or this, or that. I don't care. There's only one truth for me, and it's Jesus. So the thing is that when people speak about stuff and they don't back it up with action, they're just stupid. So don't see what people say. Just look at what they do. That's who they really are. I can say that I follow God and all this and stuff. Whatever. Like, watch me. I wake up every day at 4:30 a.m. and I go on my knees and pray. Every day. I don't do drugs. I don't party. I don't chase the other woman. I only have eyes for my wife. And I'm all day serving people, working in myself, respecting my body, and helping people. So if you actually see what Jesus expresses and what Jesus does, he lives like that. So you guys can actually see what people are doing. Because there's so many people that have a good message. You go to a pastor and they have an amazing message. But why back it up with action, bro? And you're saying all this stuff and then you don't do it. And it doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely.
People are not going to listen to someone that doesn't have the soul. People are going to listen to that person that is what they want to be and has what they want to have. Will you listen to someone about real estate advice that they didn't never buy into a house? It doesn't make any sense, right? You're going to listen to the person that bought one house or 1,000 houses. Absolutely. Exactly, right? Are you going to listen to the person that, made $1 million or made $200 million? Right? So it's always the same thing everywhere. Just to make it's not very difficult. It's just what is actually, separating people is their ego, and they're just very full of themselves. You guys gotta actually admit that you need help, and anyone that is actually doing anything great in this world is thanks to God. So first of all, if you listen to someone and they're not giving the merits to God and Jesus, I wouldn't really listen to that guy. Because I was that guy many times. I had big results, and I was never really giving God the merit. And at that point, I was doing drugs. I was chasing other women, strippers, prostitutes, and that's not something that you're going to be influenced to do. Because if I'm teaching you how to do life, okay, and then you start following me, and then you see me in a jet with 4 chicks, you're like, okay, I can be in a jet with 4 chicks, right? So he's doing it. So you actually you're always influencing people to do what you're doing. Yeah. So that's why the Bible says that you have to live in a way that no one is going to follow you. No one is going to trip. Maybe you need to know how to make money, but you're going to take them to the same spot where you were. You're actually empty and chasing money. So that's not good. So we first need to fix ourselves so we live in a way that no one that comes close to us or watch us are going to be taking the wrong path. Even smoking. You can be everything perfect, but you're smoking. I'm not telling people that you can smoke, and you're gonna take them to the devil, you know, because that's the tools that the devil uses, you know, how to control you, smoking, alcohol, drugs, partying, lust, you know, laziness, overeating, you know, eating the wrong stuff. All these things actually taking you to drift, you know, to just imagine you stay in car and you start doing donuts. That's what people are doing.
Man, let's give it up for these guys. One of the things that I wanted to ask the others was about your habits, bro. Can you walk me through, like, what's your morning routine? How do you, because you, every single morning, regardless of what happens, it doesn't matter if it rains, if there's a middle of a hurricane, whatever, you go, you wake up at the same time, you do your morning routine, your burpees. What is that looking like?
So everyone has to have like some, you know, non-negotiables. You know, the stuff in life that you cannot negotiate with yourself. You know, you guys inside yourself, you have a little winny ass, weak person that you're always negotiating. You know, like I'm gonna wake up tomorrow at 5 a.m. and then like it's like, well, so you don't need to negotiate with that person. That's the devil. You know, so just forget about that stuff. You know, like don't question. You know, just if you don't understand stuff, it's cool. Just like listen to people who understand it, try it, and just don't question it. But for me, the non-negotiables are like wake up time, because like imagine, let's say we're in a race, a 100-meter race, right? You know, they run for 100 meters. If you start wrong, well, I guess you're fucked, right? I mean, it doesn't matter. Like you can be the fastest guy. If you start and you trip, they're gonna win you. There's no way you're gonna win a 100-meter race. So how you start the day is the most important thing. That's why you need to win. You know, you need to win it. So I start every day at 4:30 a.m. I wake up every day. I'm not saying you guys need to wake up at 4:30, okay? But I believe everyone needs to wake up at 5 a.m. You know, if you guys are waking up at 8 right now, just go to 7. You know, get used to it. 6, and you will end up waking up at 5. You know, why? It's not because it's going to make you richer. It's not because anything. It's just to say thank you to God. It's just to be grateful. You know, because He gave you another day. He gave you another chance. So let's say we have here at Disney World, right? Or Disneyland, or whatever it is, right? So imagine being a kid and they bring you to Disney World. Do you think that kid is going to wake up at 10 a.m.? Hell no. He's going to be waking up since 4 a.m., 3 a.m., like, come on, Dad, let's go, let's go. Why? Because he's so fucking grateful.
Yep.
He's so grateful.
Yep.
That's why he's waking up so early. And he's ready. You know?
And he's happy.
And he's happy. So you guys are waking up late because you're ungrateful. You know, like, you guys are going to be your last fucking day.
That's true.
People ask me, what are you going to be in 5 years? Like, 5 years? But if I wake up tomorrow, it's the best. So you're like, I'm not thinking in 5 years. You know, so you gotta actually be grateful and wake up early. That's how you say God. You tell God, thank you. Thank you for another day. So I wake up and I say thank you, and I start speaking with Jesus and God. And then after that, I go straight to workout. Like as soon as I wake up, I go to the gym. You know, and as I go to the gym back home, I read the Bible and then I read whatever book I'm reading at that time. So probably like 3-4 hours of the day as I wake up is, you know, being thankful and working on myself and, you know, receiving more wisdom, you know, and then I start like working. Whatever you guys are doing for work, you start working, you know, and then I got a round 2 that I maybe do push-ups or do burpees so I can elevate myself, you know, midday 12, you know, maybe 2, because you start, your vibration starts going down, start feeling like, now it's just like stop working now, maybe I'll just stop this, I'm just feeling lazy. So that's just gonna push you up, you know, and of course, like, no alcohol, like, it's been 3 years and a half. I didn't drink recently. I mean, people don't want to, many of these guys want to drink cocaine or alcohol, whatever, and you're like, yeah, it's funny, the guy is laughing for certain reason. But I was that guy. So the thing is that you don't think you have a problem, you say, I control it, you know. It's just some Fridays in the strip club, you know, I just do a few lines. It's all good. You know, like, that turns to like 2 days, 3 days, and like, it always keeps growing, you know. So you gotta drop all the drugs because that's sinning. You know, you actually sin. You know, you guys, you gotta understand one thing. No one that has a great life does drugs. Okay, if you drink alcohol or wine, I don't care. Like my mom, like likes wine, whatever. It's alcohol, and you guys want to escape your reality. You know, you guys don't like what is here. You guys don't like what you have in your mind. You guys don't like your life. You guys don't like your money, your business, the relationship you guys with your husband or with your wife. So like they escape, just numb myself, right? So that's how you guys escape. So you guys need to stop doing that, you know. And that's my non-negotiables, you know. That's every day. Like I don't. People ask me like, what do you do on holidays? And I'm like, well, the thing is that, you know, when you're a son of God, you're gonna have holidays. You know, like holidays is for people that need a break of their life. You know, when you operate spiritually, like when you're reborn, okay, maybe raise your hand here who's been reborn, who believes in Jesus. So these people probably understand what I'm talking about, and we are born 2 times. Some of us, you know, sadly only 1 time. You know, I don't know if this is spoiling up, but it's okay.
No, it's good.
I think it's
On this side, yeah.
yeah. So some of us just were born 1 time, and that's pretty, you know, it's pretty sad because you were just born physically. Your mom gave you birth, and you were born like physically here. Okay, but there's a second birth, and that's a spiritual one. You know, when you're born, you go at the same flow of the world. You know, everyone is going that way, you fucking go that way. You know, when you're reborn in spirit, and now you have Jesus, now you are able to go against the world. You know, you're able to go against the drugs, against the party, against the women, against the lust, against all this stuff. Like you will never be able to do it yourself. You know, you need help. So that's the rebirth. So people that have holidays, they're like, they'll be born 1 time. Because they need a break. You know, they need a break for this shit. Because the world is fucking, it sucks. This world is shit. Like, it's so shit. Like, look around yourself. Like, go outside in this hotel. Fucking drinking, smoking. Like, you know, guys, like, bank accounts are all fucking empty. And they're just fucking drinking. Like, let's celebrate that we're broke. It's crazy. Like, if you think it this way, like, if I see the world, I always see everything spiritually now. And I'm like, I don't even understand it. Like, because that's why I don't get myself in those surroundings. Like, so you wouldn't understand this until you're reborn. You know, how do I get reborn? It's pretty simple. You gotta, in your heart, accept Jesus. End of the story. It's as simple as that, you know. So until you do that, you will not be able to do stuff that you think is unnatural. So this guy wakes up already at 4:30, man. How the fuck does this guy does this? Like, it's not me. It's just I can't stop. It's I can't stop doing this. So this is how I do all this stuff, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, if that was very valuable, I want you to scream right now. Let's take let's give it up.